Hey guys, my name's Dan, and this reaction comes from Dead Meat. This is Resident Evil Kill Count Games, and I am so freaking excited for this. Been waiting a long time to see if they were ever going to do horror video games on these kill counts, and finally, we're here. We have Resident Evil, one of the most iconic franchises in video game history, and I cannot wait to get into this. And I'm super excited to see Zoran also, who is going to be hosting this. What exactly he's going to be wearing? If I had to guess, probably what Jill's wearing. I just sort of see him doing that and probably pulling it off. But before we get into that, though, please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, the Dead Meat link if you haven't already. It's a great way to support the entire Dead Meat team. And a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video and click all those buttons down there. Because I also like to see future reactions that I do, but also helps my channel to grow. And without any further ado, let's go.
My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year.
Hello?
Now I'm Dead Meat.
Pull a gun on me again and dead meat.
Oh, I see a new intro for the games.
You beat me. You really think so? Hell no. You're dead meat.
Oh, I love it.
Kill count, where we
Yep, there it is.
All our favorite horror video games. I'm Zoran. What mustache Gavoy?
He shaved it.
Covering the game that coined the term survival horror, Resident Evil.
True.
Released in 1996, then 1997, then 1998, then 2002, then 2006, and finally in 2015 as the HD remaster that we'll be covering. Resident Evil is by far the most popular horror video game franchise in history.
True.
Sorry, Freddy. Spawning 10 core games, over 20 spin-offs, comic books, toys, 7 live-action films, multiple animated movies and miniseries, and one Netflix TV show with the late Lance Reddick questioning an unlimited breadsticks policy.
This is my unlimited basket. They need your unlimited.
I forgot about that.
But that's a limit.
Dad.
The game was released as Biohazard in Japan, but that name proved impossible to trademark in America thanks partially to a New York heavy metal band. So they picked Resident Evil, since it's set in a residence where evil lived. Good pun. Resident Evil is a third-person action-adventure shooter with sometimes frustrating puzzles harkening back to early LucasArts games.
I can't use these things together.
But it began life in 1993 as a first-person shooter inspired by the 1989 Famicom game Sweet Home, which itself was an adaptation of a Japanese horror film of the same name.
Oh, that's
I believe
neat.
Resident Evil to be the first horror video game, but it had plenty of predecessors, including 1982's Haunted House, the Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th NES games, the just barely legally distinct Jason Voorhees knockoff Splatterhouse, and the Texas Chainsaw Atari game where you chase people around with Leatherface's penis. The game Resident Evil owes a lot to is 1992's Alone in the Dark. This game's third-person perspective and pre-rendered environments inspired series creators Shinji Mikami and Takura Fujiwara to switch from first-person to third-person. At first, developer Capcom, the company that taught me the glory of pogo jumping, had very little faith in Resident Evil, tossing inexperienced new hires onto the project, who worked incredibly long hours, but eventually helped them out by splitting them into shifts.
夜の方が勤務時間は定時時間ぐらいで上がれるみたいな。
Oh,
After 3
wow.
years of development, the game was released in 1996, and Mikami believed it would only sell 500,000 units at best. But Resident Evil went on to sell over 5 million copies.
Nice.
Capcom's new blockbuster IP. It's no wonder that in 2002, it got the remake treatment when Capcom signed an exclusive deal to bring Resident Evil to the GameCube. The remake was a critical success, but a commercial failure, causing Mikami to push away from the horror and more into the action elements for Resident Evil 4, which worked great until Resident Evil 6.
Are you kidding me?
But the commercial failure didn't stop Capcom from making the definitive remaster in 2015 that featured 16:9 gameplay, updated textures and lighting, and alternate controls that still didn't stop you from running around like an idiot.
You know, that moment of confusion when the camera cuts is actually something that could be seen as very deliberate. So kind of keeping you on your toes as you change cuts.
Agreed to disagree.
Yeah, same.
They also updated costumes for Chris and Jill to their contemporary versions. But don't worry, this one's still in there. Yeah, let's shred some bronies, haha. Okay, I absolutely love the Resident Evil games. I have played all the things, the Umbrella Chronicles, the Reverse, but this first game was one that I really remember loving as a kid, thanks mainly to its tense ambience and jump scares. But on revisit, I found the most horrifying thing for me was the inventory system. I had to backtrack more than Samus Aran trying to remember what key opens what door, and inevitably running out of space in my inventory. Motherfucking piece of motherfucking Resident Evil is also by far the greatest door simulator you'll ever play. Seriously, wherever you go, there's
a door.
Another door.
Since this is our first true horror video game kill count.
Forget Mortal Kombat much?
Mortal
Oh,
Kombat
no.
is horror adjacent, just like this trap door is adjacent to me.
Oh!
With the boss away, it's time for some new rules. First things first.
Nope, I don't think so.
Second, since video games are all about choice and Resident Evil has several branching story moments, I'm going to be counting kills specifically for my playthrough of the game as Jill Valentine. Huh?
Yeah,
Also had editor Josh
figured that.
playthrough as Chris, and since a majority of the gameplay is similar, I'll be mentioning him when story moments differ, and then adding all his kills at the end. So what counts
Makes
for
sense.
kills? Good question. None of this humanoids only except for Jaws and robots sometimes rules that confuse Redditors.
It's just supposed to be for fun.
You know what is fun? Counting every kill. That's
Yes.
right. We're counting people, zombies, linebacker reptiles, Kafka bugs, eight-legged freaks, sharks, snakes, crows, bees, and melty mutt-mutts.
Wow.
Yes, bees. I will then compare mine
Okay.
and Josh's playthroughs with the most kills you can get in the game and the least kills you can get in the game to see where we fell. So with all that established, everyone clear on the rules?
Yes.
Good. Now, how many
Something went wrong with kill count. Oh no!
crashed on me? No, I'm doing a kill count.
Oh, I love this.
And the reboot crashed. Oh, God.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
I'm probably
Wonderful.
gonna have to replace this, and I do not have the money right now because I just bought a house, and that is not cheap. But it's okay.
Nope.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna check today's sponsor, Rocket Money, to see where I can find space in my budget. You see, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, make a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. And it's already saved me money by tracking and canceling unwanted subscriptions with just a few taps.
Can't confirm. It's great. I use it.
Yeah, some of which were very embarrassing for my wife to see. Not to mention, they also lowered my bills by having me upload a photo of them, hit a few buttons, and send the Rocket Money team off to negotiate bills like cable and phone on my behalf. Okay, so let's take a look at the budget. All right, already spent the money on Phoenix's baby Graboid costume.
Graboid costume.
Okay, yeah, I can take a little bit
Of course.
from this month's Hot Toys allowance and... Whoa! Never mind. Budget
We're
is
back.
saved. I will buy that Venom. And that Venom. And that Venom as well. There's a lot of Venoms, and I've just purchased them all.
Oh my God,
You can
Zoran!
Save too. Take control of your finances today by going to rocketmoney.com/killcount to get started for free. Now, how many umbrellas are we gonna need to protect us from all this pixelated plasma? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Yeah, well, as long as you remember stars, you'll be fine.
Before the game begins, we get a kill as a body bag baddie is shot before we even get to the title screen. Now the game begins with a man's voice reminding us this isn't Hello Kitty Island Adventure, it's
Resident Evil.
Evil.
That iconic line appears in the opening of all Resident Evil games, with various actors voicing it over the years. This time it was Joe White, the actor that also voiced Chris Redfield in this remaster. The year is 1998, and we're flying over the woods outside Raccoon City, getting a debrief from the police department's Special Tactics and Rescue Service team. But you can call them Stars. They've lost
Yeah.
contact with Bravo team, who are investigating a series of cannibalistic homicides. A news report says 10 families were killed, but we only see the photo of these 3 people and 3 more crime scene photos. So that's 6 members of families that all tie to the count. Sha-la-la-la. They discover Bravo team's derelict helicopter and the body of pilot Kevin Dooley, who looks to have been mauled by whatever is currently hunting Joseph Frost here. We get a quick look at our do-ragtime pal Joseph, right before he's attacked by a pack of
Bye,
green
Joseph.
Dobermans, also known as Cerberuses. Cerberus?
Cerberus?
Yeah, they're fucking zombie dogs. In the original game, this entire opening sequence was live action, filmed with local unknown actors. In fact, Jill's actor remained unknown for over 28 years, until just a few months ago when she revealed herself on Instagram.
Oh!
Personally, I prefer the live action opening, largely due to the practical gore and putrid puppyettes, which were also deemed too intense for international audiences. So
Oh,
for
I
the
doubt it.
American
Oh, I
release,
don't
they
doubt it,
removed
I mean.
many of the gorier shots and made the whole thing black and white, which Mikami says actually made it scarier. The rest of Alpha Team proves that they're actually more beta by running away, but they're able to take out 3 Cerberus dogs on their sprint towards the light over in the non-Frankenstein place. Now before we get too deep into this mansion of maniacs, let's meet our cast, but in OG 1996 style.
Hell yeah!
Jill Valentine, an explosives and lockpicking master. She's as loyal to her team as she is to her beret. Chris Redfield, a knife-wielding orphan who has so many vest pockets, but somehow has 2 less inventory slots than Jill. Albert Wesker, the blonde-haired, sunglass-eyed team leader who probably spent a past life antagonizing Indiana Jones.
Probably.
And Barry Burton, the ginger-bearded family man whose love for his daughters is only matched by the love for his roll doll named gun, Matilda.
I like the buddy system we have here.
Jill, Wesker, and Barry wander into the pre-rendered background of the mansion's Great Hall, which was originally supposed to be rendered in full 3D, but the limitations of the original PlayStation hardware and a desire to make the game as cinematic as possible changed that.
それが発売されてお客さんに支持されると、むしろあのラジコン操作が怖いっていうことにプラスになってると思いますっていうことをすごい言われて、すごく恥ずかしかったですね。未だにたまに言われますね。あれが良かったんですって。いやいや、あれはバグ企画だからっていう。
They hear a gunshot and Barry and Jill go to investigate the dining hall where Barry finds
Blood.
which is a moment I swear they were referencing in the OG Grindhouse Thanksgiving trailer.
It's blood. Son of a bitch.
I mean, Michael Bean's wearing the Barry vest. Anyway,
I mean, he
Barry
kinda
tells
is.
Jill to look for more clues to Bravo Team's whereabouts. And if you try to change his mind, you get, I mean, I guess this is a cutscene?
Barry.
Psst, Barry, say your line.
Nope.
Say, all right, cut. Jill leaves while Barry bonds with his blood to find another iconic moment as we meet the turning around zombie, aka Taz. And he's chowing down on Bravo team member
Oh,
Kenneth
nom,
J.
nom,
Sullivan.
nom, nom,
In
nom.
the original game, Kenneth's head was completely severed and subjected to unrealistic physics. But here, he's just a blood-splattered little nibble. Nom, 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 nom. And you think this memeable moment might never have existed, since Mikami originally wanted the game to focus on ghosts.
一番怖いのはなんだ？やっぱお化け、幽霊が一番怖い。
But after watching George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, Mikami was inspired.
そっち違うやろっていうとこばっかり行くじゃないですか、映画としては。それダメなのにっていう。でもゲームだったらダメなのにじゃなくて、自分だったらこうやって逃げれば、戦えば。とこがやっぱり画期的に新しいなって思ってて。
Taz follows Jill into the next room, where Barry plays the role of a 90s Fox executive and cancels Tasmania for good.
Aww.
Back to Wesker, but he's
Tasmania.
fucked off
Remember
to a
that show?
sunglass hut or something, so they split the party, which is always a great move. But first, Barry has a gift for Jill.
It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
A line that was egregiously changed from the original game.
It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
And it's actually this line that won Resident Evil the Guinness World Record for worst video game
Oh
dialogue.
no!
Seriously, it's also why Shinji Mikami wanted to remake the game in order to improve on the dialogue. And I will say the new voice actors like Heidi Anderson-Swan and Joe White do an excellent job balancing some of the cheesiness, but man, do I miss lines like this.
This house is dangerous. There are terrible demons.
Oh, that's so bad.
It's like if Tommy Wiseau directed a zombie movie.
I didn't eat her. It's bullshit. It's not true. I did not eat her. I did not. Oh, hi, Chris.
Jill searches
Hi.
the first of many push puzzle rooms to find another zombie that she quickly
I did
dispatches
not have that on my bucket list for this video.
with some bullets and boots. After
Or
adjusting
checklist, rather.
the room's feng shui, she finds a map. and the first of many locked
doors.
doors that require a specific key. Back across the hall, she grabs a mini DV tape from Kenneth's body and finds another dead body near the non-Robin Williams birdcage. And since they look to be reused zombie models, I'll count this one as a Z head. She grabs a green herb, which is a staple of the Resident Evil series, having appeared as a healing item in every entry, though Resident Evil 7 producer Jun Takuchi wanted to poke a little fun at its healing properties.
主人公がこう瀕死の足切られるシーンがあるね。歯も拾うんだけど、グッて食ってからベーって吐いて、こんな草で傷が治るわけないだろうって。面白い。
Jill heads into a hall of mirrors where she reflects on a nice cardigan-wearing zombie that she promptly murders, double-tapping it to make Columbus proud. She finds an arrow and then breaks it, revealing it's made of Peridot, the Josh Duhamel of gemstones. Back above the dining room, Jill one-shot kills the zombie that... God damn it, three-shot kills the zombie and then does a little dance to celebrate. Yay! Woo! After senselessly destroying a priceless statue, Jill heads outside to find a crypt with an indentation perfect for a Peridot arrowhead, which then opens a secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! It leads to a series of stone faces and a dollar store Necronomicon known as the Book of Curses. Jill Cletu Barata nicks it, finding a key that she uses on the locked door from earlier, which then leads to...
Another door!
But
another door!
Oh, right, master of unlocking and whatnot. Chris never got his masters in unlocking, so he has to make do with old keys, which looked like they should open half a dead man's chest. Jill finds a chemical to use on plants named Earth Basserer. Alright, I guess something got lost in translation there.
Sure.
She then heads to the bathroom to find a bathtub full of black liquid. Wait, where the hell is that wind coming from? She drains the symbiote sludge to reveal Eddie Brock! Oh, no, wait, a zombie. Jill gives it a tile stomp and immediately vomits, which differs from Chris's scene where you have to actually kill the zombie yourself and not vomit. Jill finds another zombie and assumes it can't climb stairs like an OG Dalek, but soon realizes it's a little more new-hoo, so she exterminates the first stop of many in the save room with a hammer space item box. Jill finds one of the numerous notes in the game telling us to incinerate or blow up the zombies' heads to make sure that they don't come back as Crimson Heads. The Crimson Heads were a new addition to the remake that added more tension and forced you to destroy bodies with fire lest they come back. Oh good. More things to count. Jill makes her way to an old-fashioned accusing parlor.
Hey man, you made the rules.
Finds a shotgun on the wall. She makes herself right at home and takes it, releasing some hooks that I'm sure will have no repercussion.
Oh, none whatsoever.
After checking that both doors are locked, which is something you have to do or you will die, as I learned on my first playthrough and lost 30 minutes of unsaved gameplay.
Wait, were you on the clock for that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was also in overtime. Barry Burton casually shoots the door and rescues Jill.
A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
A line that was also changed from the original.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Whoa, keep it in your pants, you know.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Barry heads off, acting sus as hell.
I just had something I wanted to check.
And Jill continues exploring the mansion, killing another zombie with a squishingly satisfying head-splosion.
Yeah, love it.
She finds a dog whistle and a note telling her something's hidden in a good old boy's collar outside. She grabs a lighter and uses it to get another map. And then ignites one of the corpses to prevent it from coming back. And then she runs into Barry. Finally, time to stick together.
Let's split up again.
God damn it. But before
again?
they do, Barry
Come
has
on now.
for her.
A can of fizz.
Which is a weird thing to call acid grenade rounds, dude. Also, now my inventory's full. Motherfucking sucking inventory boots! After the buying she should have done on a scooter in Italy,
Ciao.
Jill shoots and burns 2 more zombies before heading downstairs to stand inside another body that's been dead for several hours. Yeah, this has Crimson Head tutorial written all over it. Kill it! Kill it with fire! Yay! Ouchie!
Ouchie!
Jill finds another save room with a, well-used bed. Gross. On her way to the dog whistle balcony, she burns the cardigan zombie. Could I be any more on fire? She finds the balcony and blows the whistle. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Right there.
Ooh.
Stay. Oh, and you too.
Bam.
Woof woof, motherfucker. Jill grabs the collar and finds an imitation of a key, while I try and imitate someone who's not annoyed by all this back and forth. She continues to wander the mansion, making sure that Kenny...
That's Kenneth.
Right, Kenneth is still dead. Yep, all good here. Heading past a newly added Alfred Hitchcock room.
Oh,
Jill
gross!
picks her way through our first Crimson Head of the game, and after adding a dagger and some bullets to his red head, she converts him to a dead head. Jill heads into a creepy puzzle room with a key. She grabs it and activates a collector-level death trap that she easily defeats by using the imitation key and my memory having played this game 22 years ago. With the new key, she heads off to try and remember which freaking door she needs to use it on, burning another zombie before heading outside to find a table made of glass.
Cool. So glad they paid someone to write that.
Jill finds the body of another Bravo team member, Forrest Speyer. Forrest was a highly trained marksman for Bravo team, but somehow couldn't shoot the crows that pecked out his eyes. Probably because he was using a grenade launcher, which now belongs to Grave Robin Jilly V.
Yeah.
She heads around the corner and is confronted by a newly reanimated Forrest. Jill wonders if a forest falling near some trees makes a sound. It does. It sounds just like a kill graphic.
Yup.
Oh, I miss my coworker. I can't relate to that.
Is that about me?
Yep.
Oh!
She heads back into the mansion and finds an alive member of Bravo team, Richard Aiken. Turns out he's been poisoned by a big snake, so Jill heads to get him some serum as fast as possible.
Got the serum.
And heads back.
Love the backtracking.
She gets back in time to save Richard, but she can't save his line delivery.
Does it ever not hurt?
This is another scene that is different in Chris's playthrough. In his story, you meet rookie Bravo team member Rebecca Chambers, a plucky teen prodigy who will never stop
here we
asking
go.
if she can heal you.
Want me to treat your wounds?
Hey, not until I see some ID, cutie Hauser. Alongside the Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 0 was released as a prequel starring Rebecca. And to match her portrayal in that game, Mikami made her character more mature in this remake, but of course did not do the same for her outfits. Woo! Fan service. Rebecca's the one taking care of the injured Richard and taking care of the audience by saving us from his dialogue.
Don't talk.
And if his voice does sound familiar, it's because it's done by Joe White, the same actor who voiced Chris Redfield.
Just kind of tighten him up a little bit. That's with a hernia.
But whether you're playing as Jill or Chris, you still need to run to get serum. Or else Richard will die if you take too long.
We're gonna count this
Luckily,
one?
in our playthrough, he lived to give us a gift.
Yay!
Ooh, fun. Can I listen to Man Cow on Rock 103.5? After double checking that the magic serum actually worked and, you know, Richard isn't just gonna bleed to death in the 2-herb storage room.
I'm okay.
Great! Jill continues exploring and finds some Moonlight Sonata music, a push puzzle that leads to her first death mask, which she needs for that room with the secret tunnel! She then adds 2 more zombie kills, one shot in Spider-Man's Alone Time room, and this cardigan-clad love fool who gets his head smashed in. She runs into Barry again, who's trying to read a will through his hand. It doesn't work. So Jill takes over, and we learn that some Fraggle named Martin Crackhorn got infected and lost the puzzle-solving part of his will. Well, maybe Barry and Jill could team up to...
Nope.
Okay, bye. Jill fashions a bee lure and swaps it for a dead bee, like you do, which reveals a wind crest and a zombie. Actually, it's a wasp, and it sees through Jill's ruse as a little black rain cloud, so she turns it into harmless honey. Oh, bother. After some more inventory management and a quick check on Richard,
I'm okay.
Cool. She discovers a fountain room with some very hentai tentacles hanging about. She uses the earth bass her? Kill the
I
plants
don't know.
and, you know, keep things rated T for teens. She's rewarded with another death mask for her troubles and a few party crashers. She makes short work of them popping one of their heads like a perfectly pixelated pimple. Yay! I love alliteration! Woo! She heads into a bedroom where she discovers a keeper's diary that details one man's itchy tasty transformation into a zombie. This chilling entry was recently made into a short film by the Residents of Evil YouTube channel and stars the original Chris actor Charlie Kreslowski as the titular keeper who finally lets us know what doggy food really is.
Eat doggy food.
A zombie that's presumably the keeper and one of his poker pals try to keep Jill from leaving, so she does her thing. Bang, 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 they're dead, they're dead.
Yay, this is too easy. Yeah, there's actually a reason for that. It's because I accidentally did this playthrough on very easy mode. Something that didn't exist in the original game.
In fact, when Resident Evil was released in 1996, Capcom purposely made the game harder by removing auto-aim and increasing enemy health so that it couldn't be beaten during a rental period, incentivizing consumers to purchase the game instead.
Oh, I bet that also explains that goddamn Mecha Dragon from Mega Man 2. Yeah, I never beat that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Dr. Wily got away.
At this point, Jill's a little tired of running around the fucking mansion, popping the same zombie models over and over, so she decides to leave, only to be attacked by a Cerberus dog that she puts down, and it screams like a monkey for some reason. Damn it, Valentine, you never plan ahead. Bet Chris wouldn't be so dumb as...
Nope.
Corrected. Jill heads to the kitchen basement.
Is that even a thing?
Where she shadowcats through another dead body that doesn't even get any flavor text. Oh, sure, tell us about the glass table, but not this guy. Great job, writers. After finding some spices that she's never heard of, oregano, what the hell? She's assaulted by a low-res cutscene and another zombie that she, shoots dead. Fuck celebrating, let's go. Jill grabs the musical sheet from Fluffy's crate and goes in search of a grand piano. Along the way, she kills another Crimson Head. Yay. And continues her side hustle as a furniture mover to find the rest of the music in order to play Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, which is actually titled Piano Sonata number 14 in C-sharp minor. Yeah, Beethoven sucked at marketing. This haunting melody has been featured in many films, but most notably during the hobbling scene in Stephen King's Misery.
God, I love you.
And speaking of music, I want to mention the incredible score by Shusaiku Uchiyama, Makoto Tomozawa, and Misao Senbongi. Oh man, I really feel for James and his Train to Busan kill count now.
These beautiful haunting melodies mixed with phenomenal sound design create a truly tense atmosphere of the game.
It's so good,
of course,
man.
The remake score is
So
based
freaking
on the
good.
original done by the returning Tomozawa, as well as Masami Ueda and Akira Kaida.
And thank God they didn't base anything on Mamoru Samurai Gochi's infamous mansion basement theme from the DualShock Director's Cut.
What the hell is this? Ever played this version? What the hell?
Farting on a snare drum.
I ain't farting on no snare drum.
Piano teacher Irma rewards her practice by opening up a secret passage in this magic castle. And this differs in Chris's playthrough when he just tries to play it himself. Never had one lesson. Luckily, Rebecca's there to heal his lack of talent. Inside, Jill swaps a gold emblem for a wood one she took earlier.
Placing it above the fireplace to unlock a puzzle that unlocks a wall that gives her a key that unlocks a door that leads to a snake that worries a cat that ate a rat that lives in the mansion that Oswald Spencer built. God. I'm fine.
Okay,
On
good.
her way to the next room, she checks on Richard again. Cause seriously, dude should be dead. What was that serum, like Maze Runner Death Cure or something?
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
And then Jill does her Crimson Head clobber like she's done over and over. Inside the attic, Jill finds the biggest snake this side of the Blood Orchid. And the snake's name is... Yawn. Really? Resident Evil writers? Really? But luckily, Jill doesn't have to fight this motherfucking snake by her motherfucking self.
Payback time.
Richard's aching for a fight, so he holds off the snake while Jill holds on to a third death mask. And after some shotgun blasts, she turns off Yanni for about 5 seconds before it comes back Evil Dead style.
No! See, the problem with that snake, it was very, very solid.
That's right, Richard is killed John Voight style, minus the regurgitated wink. Old Sticky Fingers Valentine can't even let the body digest before stealing his combat shotgun and shooting the snake a set number of times to trigger its escape.
Snake!
As it's back to exploring
Snake!
Oh, am I poisoned?
God damn it. Okay, kudos to Heidi Anderson, the voice of Jill Valentine, for capturing the cheesiness of the original Resident Evil. Whereas Chris just kind of sounds like he's telling people his favorite Belle Biv DeVoe song.
Poison.
Looks like it's time to go back to the serum room. Whoops, never mind, gotta kill this zombie kinda just staring into the middle distance here. And also this Crimson Head above the dining room, who goes down in one shot. Hey, that's it? What do you expect? It's very easy mode. Damn, you sassy, Jill.
Damn.
Jill takes the magical serum and is... fine. Ready for more murder! In Chris's playthrough, he makes Rebecca do the legwork.
Oh, thank God I made it in time.
Dude doesn't even thank her. Oh, what a handsome dick.
Just like...
Jill's confronted by more window panes in her ass, and she takes out 4 zombies with a combination of small arms fire and hand-to-head techniques.
Who wants some?
Apparently the answer is this guy, hanging out around the corner that chews on Jill's arm sandwich, before getting a side of bullets and a dagger for dessert.
Yay! My lust for blood has returned!
But the killing is put aside for stained glass puzzles that yield the final Masque des Morts. So she gathers up the others and heads back to the secret tunnels.
secret tunnel,
where she places them on the graves that subsequently release a coffin. Okay, seriously, do the lab workers have to go through all of this every day they go to work? Jill approaches the coffin to find a zombie!
Ooh, scary.
Oh boy.
Specifically a Crimson Head prototype that looks like the result of Abe Lincoln and Wolverine's Night of Passion.
And even that's too specific for Rule 34, right? Right? Oh no!
Oh my!
Takes him down in one shot. Yay! Oh fuck! Plus 2 more shots that send Abraham Logan back to the grave.
Abraham
She
Logan.
grabs a stone and metal object from the coffin. Ooh,
That's
what
too
is
good.
it? Great. Glad I risked my life. Jill kills another monkey dog.
As you do.
And then uses the stone and metal object to open
Another door?
She finds a signpost filled with taglines for 80s action movie sequels that corresponds to a puzzle that unlocks a gate. On her way, she gets a transmission on that, damn, what's it called again?
It's a radio.
Right, turns out it's Barry with a warning. Jill promptly ignores him and discovers a cabin in those woods. Fortunately, there's no merman to be found, just a cranky monster who knocks Jill the fuck out, man. She comes to and meets her attacker, Lisa Trevor, an orphan who was one of the first test subjects for the progenitor virus, which would later be developed into the infamous T-virus by the Umbrella Corporation. Lisa's storyline did not appear in the original Resident Evil and was added in the remake in 2002. She's actually regarded as one of the most tragic characters, having been forced to search for her mother for 30 years and collecting the faces of anyone she dubbed a fake mom. But before she can take Jill's
face
off, Jill shoots her, but she's brought back to life by magic sweat or something, I don't know. And Jill boo-boos out of there and relaxes with a little green herb. Yeah, now we're jamming. On the way back to the mansion, Jill takes out another zombie. Jill, kill! She then solves a dirty graveyard puzzle to get a dirty hairy special. She leaves the forest and gets another call in her licorice box.
It's a radio.
Right. This time it's Brad the
I
helicopter
love how he
pilot.
uses that over and over.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me? Shit. It's broken.
Damn it, Richard, I have half a mind to return this. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Richard's dead.
You're dead. Anyway, Jill poorly takes down 3 more donkeys before getting all cranky on the swimming pool, draining it to clear a path to an elevator that leads straight to the Crowaning. Jill makes her way down a hall that's raining snakes. Ugh, will someone tell Zap Brannigan to stop opening up all the snake doors? Right away, sir. Jill refuses to kill any of them due to being traumatized by Friday the 13th's actual snake death. While on the other side of things, Chris acts like it's goddamn whacking day.
Die.
Poor David Hayter.
Fuck snakes.
Jill makes it to a place
Damn!
called The Residence. Okay,
Poor David
shitty
Hayter
name, but
indeed.
maybe it's got some cool stuff. Why even write that? Jill grabs a map of the Residence.
Hey!
And peeks through to see a beehive. Oh no. Oh, you're not gonna get me like Edmund Bridgerton! And I'd like to point out that this hallway can technically spawn an infinite number of bees, but I don't recommend spending the rest of your life shooting them, no matter how mad you are that they killed Macaulay Culkin in Mind.
Yeah,
During
I was
her
mad.
bee flee, Jill is grabbed by another plant tentacle, but keeps things rated T for teens by putting her box on its hole. Wait a minute.
It's
Jill then
just a
finds
box.
big-ass spider and takes it out in a room advertising the next Delta Bi Bicep Biannual. And, a butt. Yep. Just a big old
random butt.
These giant spiders are another Umbrella experiment called web spinners. And ironically, they actually grew so big they couldn't spin any webs. Sure, why not? Jill then finds a book and hey, maybe it has a key in it. Nope, just a red book. And on further inspection, it's a book with a red cover.
Hello, yes, I'd like to talk to the writers of the Resident Evil remake. Oh, fired over 20 years ago. That makes sense.
Yep,
Wandering the halls,
that checks
Jill
out.
overhears Barry talking to someone who is bassier than James Earl Jones.
No, that wasn't part of our deal. Like I said,
And this audio was purposely muffled in the remaster because in the original GameCube version, you can clearly hear its team leader Wesker.
Don't be a hard dog to keep under the porch, Barry.
And that odd line was actually a victim of the translation from Japanese that Wesker's voice actor, Peter Jessup, actually pushed against.
I understand what the line means, but I've never heard that before. And they said, oh, no. It's a very common American expression.
Barry continues
Is it, though?
telegraphing a future betrayal by saying that he was talking to himself. Okay, well, you better stick with Jill to make sure to...
Yeah, I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change.
Oh, these two
Nope.
spend less time together than Van and Cheyenne do with their kid. A couple quick explorations later, Jill kills a zombie in a bedroom, then one in a bathroom, and a final one that may or may not have been Ash Williams, according to this last note to Linda. Jill finds a control room key stored in a bathtub. Like you do.
You do.
Anything else, Jill? Oh, one-shot self-defense gun. And books, mostly concerned with literature. Great, we got books on books over here. She pushes
Cool.
a couple of bookcases to reveal a ladder that leads to a box puzzle that she royally screws up. So she heads back upstairs to let the magic puzzle gnomes reset it for her. She then pushes them boxes like a true Tomb Raider.
Ooh, we have a
and
fake
enters
ad.
The Aqua Ring. But she's
Yay,
not
fake
alone, as
ads.
a couple of Brucey boys are eager to take a bite out of this Jill sandwich.
Hungry.
What do you want to do for lunch?
How about a Jill sandwich?
Oh my.
No, I'm flattered, but we're actually happily married.
No, silly! An actual Jill sandwich.
Oh my. What's on that?
As tasty as you.
Excuse
Oh
me.
my.
Jill sandwiches come packed full of mouth-watering toppings, like plump, firm tomatoes.
Oh.
Moist, dripping lettuce.
What is happening?
And Jill sandwiches come double stuffed with meat. How does that sound to you?
Oh.
What meat do you love?
Oh my god.
Your sandwich.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
Jill sandwich. One bite, and you'll be turned.
Act now and get a free oversized pickle to shove into your sandwich. This is totally
Oh,
not unless you want it to be. Here, have another glass of freezing and let's see where the night takes us. No pressure. Over in Chris's playthrough, the Aqua Ring has a very different opening. Turns out Richard opted not to help Chris fight Jan.
Oh, that's such a dumb name.
And instead left his well-used bed and somehow walked all the way to the residence, did a couple of push puzzles in his weakened state so he could stand waist-deep in water until finally sacrificing himself for no good goddamn reason.
Richard.
But it was a fun death scene. Yeah, just look at that, getting all eaten. Yeah, bye,
Nom,
Richard.
nom,
Jill
nom.
quite easily runs past the non-baby sharks, and into a control room, where she just can't help but start pushing buttons, causing this shark to go all stone-cold Steve Sharkston on her. She manages to close the shutters and drain the water, making it easy for her to shoot a floppy shark, before getting trapped on a platform by a floppier, sharkier floppy shark.
Flop,
And
flop,
these
flop.
jumbo jabberjaws are officially called Neptune, named after the Roman god of the sea, who sinks ships and conjures up storms.
You know nothing of my work.
Jill gets a pushing again in order to electrocute Jason Statham's co-star and retrieve, oh god, another key.
Yep.
Running out of room here, people.
Jill says Deep Blue see you later to the Aquanet ring and heads to the gallery, where a few bees come onto her pretty strong. But Jill isn't into bestiality and takes them out with a couple of B12 shots, before finding this dude who died doing what he loved, fucking bees. Grave robber Valentine, of course, loots the corpse for an insecticide spray, which upon examining is labeled Killer Matriarch, a reference to the song Killer Queen. And that's not the only Queen reference, as Chris's alternate Californian costume has a Made in Heaven shirt, referring to their final album that came out a year before Resident Evil. Jill continues to be the cause of the bees disappearing by shooting and squishing a few more before using the insecticide on 10 more Melissa Majorians. Hope YouTube's okay with insecticide. Oh, so it's just any sides then.
Yeah,
Now that
apparently.
the bees are dead, she's able to grab, oh, for the love of Alicia, more keys.
Okay, this one's for the Death Knight room. This one's for the Aqua Ring.
no, too
this
many
one's
keys.
for One-Eyed
Too many
Willie's
keys.
treasure. God, too many keys.
Oh wait, this one's got a 3 on it. Wonder what new sights room 3 will bring. Oh, another bathtub with stuff stored in it. Are drawers not a thing in this house? Jill finds a book detailing a chemical called Vigil that could kill Plant 42, that hentai dranger that was attacking Jill earlier. She then rearranges some red books.
Oh, those are books with red covers.
That reveal a
Sure.
naked lady. Huh, must be made by the same people that made that Pieces puzzle. The red book's sex and makeup tips help open a door to, hey, speak of the devil mind, Plant 42. I was just talking about a way to kill you. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, Jill's shots are useless, so she's forced to run away, run away. She's gotta get into the mixing room to make some V-Jolt Cola, which uses a clever puzzle from the room with a butt, which involves matching these VFD symbols with some billiard balls.
And luckily I wrote it down earlier. Pick up son from daycare.
Oh no!
Shit.
Jill able to mix the right household chemicals in the proper proportions thanks to some wall math for the win. Unfortunately, the plant's roots are in the Aqua Ring, so she has to go all the way back down there
Yeah, of
to
course
give
she
the
does.
plant all the sugar and twice the caffeine of your normal plant murdering soda. It retreats, and then Jill shoots another floppy shark.
Smile, smile, you son of a bitch.
She heads all the way back upstairs to watch Audrey 42 slowly die. Oh, never mind. Guess it was only pining for the fjords. And believe it or not, Barry's here with a Ripley flamethrower to get grabbed by the plant too.
Damn it, Barry!
But eventually he's
Useless.
able to burn this mean green mother right out of this place. And let me guess, now that you and Jill are reunited,
We should split up again and investigate.
to think that this game was originally envisioned as a co-op experience. As you can see in these early game concepts, the series would dabble in co-op with Resident Evil Outbreak and the Umbrella Chronicles before
Sure.
getting its first mainline co-op entry with Resident Evil 5 that had some truly dumb AI.
All right, I got her, Sheva. Little help? Little help?
Oh no!
Sheva?
Nope.
Sheva!
In Chris's playthrough, instead of dealing with Plant 42's roots, he nopes out of that room and just shoots the troubling Triffid without any help, not even from Rebecca afterwards.
Want me to treat your wounds?
He said no!
No means
Come on,
no!
He didn't mean it. Hey, what if we gave you your own prequel game? We could pair you with a tattooed convict, huh? That seem nice? Nah, seems creepy. Jill grabs another key. Whoops. And runs into Wesker, who's shooting at absolutely nothing. I don't know what he was doing.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
No, he sounds a lot flaky. If he was any more flaky, he'd be a croissant, which is something I love because I wear a beret. I mean, seriously, dude won't stay in a room for more than 5 seconds unless he's just silently staring at blood.
True.
Barry?
Yep, the line.
Wesker tells Jill to head back to the mansion to stop Purple Tentacle. Whoops, sorry, wrong game. On the way back, she shoots and shocks 2 more Sumatran dog monkeys. And avoids being badgered by mushrooms and snakes.
Snakes!
Ow! When she arrives, she's greeted with more POS-looking POV shots, revealing that the hunters have arrived. And Mikami attributes the inspiration for this jump scare to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
ちょっと分かりにくいかもしれないですけど、バイオワンの時にハンターって途中で新しいクリーチャーが出て主観で
I can see that.
分からない得体の知れないものが襲ってくるじゃないですか。ああいうところにちょっと生きてるのかなっていうのは思います。
Unlike Kirk, Jill is able to kill one of the roided-out Kermits with a shotgun and a little hunter dance.
Tonight's special guest is your corpse. Yay!
The Hunter was Umbrella's first experimental BOW, or bioorganic weapon, created by combining reptilian DNA and the T-virus with human embryos. And I don't know why Umbrella is wasting time making uncontrollable bioweapons when they could be making millions on their infinite storage boxes.
Yeah,
I
would
love one
think.
of those for all my kill count props and Ben corpses.
What's that now?
Oh! Oh no!
See, where am I gonna put this thing?
Chris's first encounter with the Hunter is a little different.
Quite literally walked right into that.
Involving one going after Rebecca. And depending on how skilled you are with the tank controls, it's possible for her to die.
Rebecca!
But luckily, Josh was able to save her, just to reject her again.
Rebecca, you're on your own.
Oh, taking a page from the book of Barry Burton, I see.
Dude, that book sucks.
Jill makes her way to a creepy eagle that looks like he's got something for you. It's a note revealing that Stars was lured here by Umbrella to gather data on their new bioorganic weapons. But rather than tell anyone, she screws up another push puzzle and has to call on the puzzle reset gnomes again.
Oh no.
Now, fix the puzzle, it's messed up. Cause Zorn sucks at this game. Hey! She completes the puzzle that rewards her with red and yellow gems that would go great with that blue one she smashed earlier in the game. She uses the gems on a champion Oscar statue to get a disc. Great! She then kills 2 more hunters and a crimson head on her way to open
Another door!
Inside, she finds some weird test tube babies and a Kevin from The Office zombie. Jill then ends this Dunder Mifflin cameo with a bullet. She finds a jewelry box that unlocks with a gem.
This will not fit on my keyring.
Which unlocks another puzzle that then unlocks a fucking key.
Can't with this shit anymore.
Jill centers herself in the mirror with a daily affirmation.
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, I'm the master of unlocking.
And then uses the key to find a metal object without the stone. Better go grab that other stone and metal object in the...
Holy Jesus goddamn jump scare hunter shit!
My shoulder pads. Jill takes out the green-skinned packer with a couple of shotgun blasts before quipping over its body.
Hunt this.
Then makes her way back to the Collector Death Hall where she comes face to face with the returning...
Yawn.
Jill she-mans King Hiss with a few shotgun blasts and grenade shots, putting this perilous python to pasture.
No need to throw a hissy fit. That was an accident.
And what luck, it knocked down a glowing book that contained a wolf medal. Neat! After some aimless wandering and map checking that honestly is most of this game's runtime, Jill finds another push puzzle that took me far too long to complete. And Chris didn't fare any better.
Say it with me, Josh. This puzzle sucks! Oh, come on, man. We rehearsed this.
That was like forever ago.
And after spending 10 minutes of my life on this, what do I get? A battery. Fortunately, a nearby groundmouth gets us an eagle medallion and a note from George Trevor, the father of Lisa Trevor, who apologizes to his wife and child for getting them involved with Umbrella. There's also a switch on the tombstone that opens a passageway that Jill immediately climbs in, because she just really doesn't respect the dead, like, at all. Jill finds a couple of Nancy spider gods that she worships with a couple of bullets to their butts, then finds another map. Oh, guess she doesn't have time for that bit anymore.
Nope.
She's got two
Ain't
more
nobody got time for that.
zombies to pew pew.
Ah, murder is normal to me.
She turns the power on to the elevator and heads back to the kitchen, where she grenades a crimson head behind a pot to hide the gore from YouTube's delicate sensibilities. She takes the elevator upstairs and avoids a back massage from a zombie.
Always
do. To help him relieve his tension from unlife with a hot bullet massage. Oh, and it's buy one, get one free for his friend, too.
Oh, how nice.
She finds a bunch of fun items, including a battery she can't pick up because her inventory's full. But a few anger bullets make some room for it. Jill goes chasing how to turn off waterfalls and succeeds by sticking to the battery and crank items she's used to. And a waterless waterfall leads to an underground cave full of item boxes, typewriters, and a blood-stained boulder. Rest in peace, Henry Jones Jr. During Jill's spelunking, she runs into... Wait, who is that?
It's Enrico Palazzo!
Close, it's actually Enrico Marini, the Bravo team leader who has some important intel for Jill.
Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico is shot and killed by the traitor and his boots, leaving us with a real shoe-done-it on our hands.
Unless you're playing the 2002 unmuffled version, then it's obvious that the traitor is Albert T. Wesker. The T stands for traitor. Or maybe Tyler, I don't actually know. I think I made that up.
Jill, of course, uses her friend's death to loot his body. She grabs Enrico's crank, but before you can say necrophilia, she shotguns another two hunters in the cave. And since they don't have any cranks to grab, Jill H.J. Valentine continues onward. She activates a boulder trap, but before she can become a George Newman daydream,
It's a trap.
there's a barrel roll. Huh, I bet Chris was able to just punch that boulder. Nope, he just jumped away too. Whee! The boulder opens up a path to a smoky, sticky, spidery sanctuary, where she's attacked by an even bigger variation of the web spinner, named Black Tiger. And I know I said web spinners grew so big they couldn't actually make webs, but apparently if they grow even bigger, they get the ability back.
Are those Resident Evil writers still fired?
Yep.
Good.
She's able to defeat Madam Web with some scorching reviews from her flame rounds, and then takes out Sister Shelob and Brother Aragog. Ooh, someone send Hagrid some butterbeer to comfort him. After some more puzzling, Jill finds a shaft. No, not that one. Or
Nope.
that one. Or that. Wow, there were a lot of people that played Shaft. Rotating the shaft gives her the code to activate another elevator and a cutscene. Looks like Barry Snowboarder's last name is back, and he's finally ready to team up. That is, until he hears a noise.
Jill, go check it out.
Are you allergic to Jill or something? Jill goes to investigate.
Probably,
and it
I would
seems
say
like
so.
Mona belongs to Lisa. Better go back and see if Barry can help. Oh, come on, McConnell.
Damn it,
Couldn't you come
Barry!
up with a better character than this guy.
エディ・マーフィー的なキャラクターのやつを入れて、そいつがそのシリアスにやってる、イベントのカットシーンとかでバカやるボケてくれるっていうのがコンセプトだったんだけど、冷静になって見積もり取ったら真っ先に消えたね。
Suddenly, Barry's not so bad. Alone again, Jill takes it on herself to smash her own box.
Nope.
And she uses the
Nope,
broken flame
not touching that one.
door to a Lost Dead Silence sequel, where she finds a Trevor family picture and a journal from Lisa that's actually quite creepy.
I got Mom's face back.
Oh.
Nobody can have my mom except me. I attached touch her face to me so she doesn't go away.
Oh.
Because Mom's sad when I meet her without her.
Oh, God!
Well, I guess I can see where Lisa gets her looks from.
Yeah.
Jill sends a ladder back to Lisa's unloved shack and wonders why the hell she hasn't been using the Magnum this whole damn game. An error she rectifies immediately on a Crimson Head.
Bam!
Making him more crimson and a little less head.
Want a zombie, my Valentine? Because my name's Valentine.
Yeah, we got it.
On the long road back to the mansion, Jill is able to use her 6-shooter to shoot less than 6 zombies. 2 to be precise, but one still goes down with a sick head pop. Aw man, that guy wasn't wearing pants. Oh, that's a shame.
Britches are for bitches.
Damn right, Jill. Damn right. Jill grabs another stone and metal object, using it to open a gate under the mansion stairs, and makes her way to another cutscene. Oh goody, it's Barry. Hey buddy, you got some good reason why you keep ditching Jill?
I was worried because I thought you were...
Start talking.
Yeah,
Before he
bitch.
can, moaning Lisa and her stolen smiles return, and Jill has to decide whether or not to give Barry his gun. She keeps his gun and tells him to fuck off and die, which he does, leaving behind a picture of his family.
Bye-bye, Barry.
Family, no! But that's only how it could have happened, because Barry's death is not canon, since he returns in Resident Evil Revelations 2 so Claire Redfield can steal his bit.
I was almost a Claire sandwich.
So let's rewind that kill and go with our playthrough's decision to give him his gun back. Barry fends off Lisa while Jill does what she does best, pushing heavy objects. The stones open up Jessica Trevor's coffin so Lisa can grab her mom's skull, like you never do, and jump to what some would consider her death. But the later Umbrella Chronicles game shows us that Lisa survived the fall in order to fight Wesker, so we'll leave her off the count for now. Barry confirms my decision.
I don't believe that thing's really dead.
And then repeats his catchphrase.
Go on ahead.
Whatever, Barry, I do not care anymore. Before she goes, Jill finds a letter from Jessica that adds more sadness to Lisa's story as they were going to escape right before Umbrella murdered her. It's almost as sad as the Rancor dying on the day his shirtless keeper was gonna release him.
Oh yeah, that's the actual backstory in Tales from Jabba's Palace. And you can go to hell if you tell me that's not canon.
It's part of the legends. It's as canon as Dash Rendar. I love Dash Rendar. I love Dash Rendar.
This version of this scene swaps Barry for Wesker, who gives us a weird-ass insult.
You're a bit of a mess-up. Chris, take a piece of the action.
Hey, that's a mutated little girl, not a slice of office
Yeah,
holiday
seriously.
cake, sir. Jill heads outside to find some statues just aching to have medals shoved into them, but she's left them in the old inventory box. Damn, I would have gotten to the next part of the game if it wasn't for those meddling medals. Jill returns to find another elevator and loads up her second GameCube disc to find an underground lab with an emergency exit reserved for the 1%. Damn, where's the coach exit? Or at least the coach plus exit with extra legroom. She runs across a couple scientists and says, hello, by popping both their heads with her Magnum.
Pleased to bleed ya.
Jill finds another disc and 2 more scientist zombies to add to the count.
Boo, only one head exploded. No fun.
Jill finds a computer and tries her best to hack into it.
All right, let's see. Username, poop. And password, pee. Damn, well, I give up.
She leaves and finds a note revealing the true username and passcodes, John and Ada. Wait a minute, is that Ada as in Ada Wong? It is indeed.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't make an official appearance till Resident Evil 2. Jill then gets the computer's second passcode by solving a puzzle that involves reenacting the opening to Scrubs.
I'm no Superman.
Yes, you are, Jill. On the way back to the computer, she makes a crimson head a little more crimson and a little less head.
You already did that joke.
Sure did.
Shut up. Jill enters the passwords, but there's actually a funny Easter egg if you enter mole as the second password. That ridiculous voice belongs to Tofu, a joke character in Resident Evil 2 that is literally a block of tofu.
Oh my god.
And the bounciest footsteps I've ever heard.
I've never seen that. That's amazing.
The computer unlocks a room with a slide filter and this zombie spiking the lens. Hey, dude, don't break the fourth wall. You're not Deadpool, you're just dead in a pool of your own blood. Jill finds a disc reader and shoves her disc into it, unlocking, something. She heads upstairs to the conference room to find another disc and a slideshow revealing the names of the BOWs. Ooh, and a very familiar looking pretty boy. Wonder who the traitor is. Jill uses the slide filter to get a code to the back room where she finds a laboratory key.
Cool, let me just keep that for you.
Ow, my eye!
You have another one.
Jill then
Poor
finally
James.
watches the mini DV tape she found on Kenneth's body.
They got him.
He's dead.
Yeah, I know. I counted him like 3 days ago when this kill count started. She uses the key to enter a storeroom with some seriously creepy noises. But I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Sweet Christ on a cracker! Oh, my heart. Angina. Angina.
Jill takes out 2 insectoid BOWs known as chimeras with her magnum. Oh, and look, their corpses are self-disposing.
Ooh, James, do your line.
Oh, that's nice. Can I come out now?
No.
No!
Pee down there.
Before she leaves, she puts another disc into a reader that unlocks the same something. She heads into a lab where she kicks off an all-out chimera killing spree. Shotgunning down 5 of them and doing a little dance. Whee! Oh, fuck! She then stomps out 4 more roaches for a grand total of 9 busted up bugs.
You can check in, but you won't check out.
And we'll take a moment to remember these pre-mimic mutants with a little backstory. Chimeras are another of Umbrella's attempts to graft animal DNA to human embryos. Apparently, they kidnapped homeless women and impregnated them, creating a half-human, half-fly hybrid.
Ah, yes, of course, we'll let them. Sounds familiar.
The main elevator won't power up without fuel, so Jill goes in search of some, and she's able to teleport the life out of one more Brundlefly. She finds an empty fuel canister with a warning. Fuel may explode if shaken or jarred. She fills up the canister and laughs at the warning. This is very easy mode. What's the worst that could happen?
That.
Okay, I'll just reload that section. There we go. And character deaths don't count. They don't count!
Jill then takes her time and is able to fuel up the elevator controls. She gets to the non-1983 murderous lift and meets up with Barry, who finally stays with her this time. Oh, I've been waiting all game for this. I am so happy that Barry is here. Oh, God damn it.
Thank you, Barry.
You traitorous ginger dick stick. Ugh, well, Wesker reveals that he's actually been working for Umbrella this whole time.
This is my shocked face.
He's been ordered to destroy any evidence of Umbrella's involvement and retrieve samples of the BOWs. He even threatened Barry's family so they would aid in the cover-up.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
Oh, come on. Who's afraid of an umbrella? Jesus!
Ah!
Shoulder pads down.
Of course, Wesker, the pralines and dick-flavored ice cream man, plans to betray Umbrella as well, delivering the BOW embryos to a rival company.
Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
And his greatest prize is the
nobody
non-James Cameron
cares.
T2 Tyrant, a human bioweapon designed to replace soldiers in combat. But before he can slap a bow on his bow, he's shot by Barry.
Forgive me.
Almost forgot your line there, Bear? Before he can tell Jill they should split up, a Weskerly Wesker releases the Tyrant from its Boacta tank. And Wesker's pretty proud of himself.
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
The Tyrant then knocks him and Barry out before turning its milky sights on Jill. Oh yeah, looks like it's time for an all-out boss fight!
Woo! Or not.
Oh, that's, it? Cool, I guess. Yay!
Yay, you did the thing!
Chris's version of this scene plays out quite differently. When Wesker reveals his plans, Chris responds with some amazing finger acting. And since Rebecca's there, Wesker shoots her before she can ask to heal his wounds. But don't worry, she's alive because...
It's a good thing you were wearing your bulletproof vest.
Subtle, Chris. Real subtle. When Wesker releases the Tyrant this time, he gets his stomach plug punched out. And a similar scene can happen in Jill's playthrough if you let Barry die. Tell my family I was annoying! The remake also adds a new observation note to Wesker's body that ties the first game to the later games, mentioning William Birkin from Resident Evil 2, as well as the Nemesis parasite from Resident Evil 3. And before Resident Evil became a full-fledged franchise, Wesker was meant to die in this moment. But a short film included with Resident Evil Code Veronica, called Wesker's Report, revealed that he had indeed injected himself with the G virus, the progenitor of the T virus.
It would put my body in a state of temporary death. It would then bring me back to life with superhuman powers.
Temporary or not, dead is dead, so I'll be including him in Chris's stats, but not Jill's, because in our playthrough, he escaped.
He's gone.
God damn it, I love how confused and scared she is by this, like a little kid at a magic show. He's gone. Magic is real.
And now he must be in hell because Jill and Barry are actually sticking together until we exit the cutscene and Barry disappears.
He's gone.
And Now we entered Endgame, as Jill defeats the Applegates in the next room with acid rounds that honestly kinda suck. Back to the shotgun. Hooray!
Yay!
Hooray. Jill goes to check on the somethings that got unlocked by the
Mama.
discs. It's a series of levers that you have to painfully activate one at a time to open the door to a jail cell where she finds the brave bomber himself, Chris Redfield. Oh man, you guys haven't seen each other the whole game. I bet you got so much to catch up on.
We'll talk later.
Okay, guess we'll discuss the dried up commode and other
talk it
stuff.
away.
Obviously, in Chris's playthrough, you rescue Jill from the cell, but the commode remains just as dry. Jill loads up for the final battle from her Disney Infinity toy box, including that one-shot self-defense pistol. She then gets one more useless call on her talk tangle.
It's a radio.
Right.
Radio.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
And it looks like she has to solve one last puzzle before leaving. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to take this fuse and put it in the fuse box like 10 feet from where you picked it up.
Yes, hello. Oh, yeah, okay. I will
Still
stop
fired.
going.
Looks like it's time for everyone to escape together. Well, except for Barry, who runs off again. And with no hopes of a Jill elevator sandwich, Chris leaves too. Jill takes the elevator to Crazy Kaplan's fireworks department, where she uses some signal rockets to get the helicopter's attention, since that Home Alone talk boy she got is completely useless. I mean, who gave her that thing anyway? It was... Oh, right. Richard.
Yeah. Poor, sweet, innocent Richard.
Chris and Barry join her, and so does her new friend, the Tyrant. He smacks Chris down with an alarming amount of blood and goes after Barry. And note that if you're not fast enough, or using the POS acid rounds, the Tyrant will kill Barry and orphan his kids. Boo-hoo. Jill uses the self-defense pistol that just triggers the Tyrant to defend itself, so then switches to the grenade launcher, and after a few shots, a Deus Ex Rocketna drops from the sky, presumably from Brad the helicopter pilot. She aims at the Tyrant just as it picks up Barry
Here, use
and
this!
blows him the hell up! Woo! Sic Semper Tyrantus! But, wait, where the hell Barry go?
He's gone.
No, he's in the helicopter, waltzing his Matilda. Ooh, come on, not when we have company, Barry. As the helicopter flies away, the self-destruct sequence does its job quite well, blowing up the mansion, and with it, Lisa Trevor, who is trapped under a chandelier. A chandelier. This is considered the best ending since Chris, Jill, and Barry survive. Canonically, this ending needs to be combined with Chris's best ending to show a sweepy Rebecca Chambers also surviving to perhaps one day heal Chris's wounds. Of course, there are 12 possible endings that depend on your choices. This ups the number from the 8 endings in the original, the best one of those being Chris talking to a sleepy Rebecca.
You did a really good job. This case was just too weird. This case was...
Okay, I love him just trailing off like that, just sitting there going, the case
That's
was
very
so...
90s, like,
I'm sorry, what were
TV movie-esque.
we talking about? You want to get an Egg McMuffin or something?
In the remaster, the big choice is whether the mansion explodes or not. This depends on if Rebecca or the great Westdini
He's gone.
were able to start the self-destruct sequence. If the mansion doesn't explode, the Tyrant wakes up, somehow, having been blown to bits. The other endings paired this choice with whatever characters survived in the end. There's one with just Chris, one with just Jill, one where it's Chris and Jill, one with Chris, Jill, and Barry, one with Chris, Jill, and Rebecca, and finally one with Alan, Ellie, Hammond, the kids, and Malcolm.
You had the murder dream, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
After the very muddy credits, the game truly ends with a couple unlocked costumes, including Sonya Blade Goes Hunting and Jill's Resident Evil 3 skirt, that actually forced the programmers to change certain camera angles in the remake to avoid this becoming an upskirt game.
Yeah.
You want that kind of game, go play Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. And make sure to lock the door while you're playing.
There's also a results screen with some light praise from Wesker.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Yeah, it definitely didn't unlock that infinite ammo rocket launcher or anything. Oh, and that kill number isn't actually accurate for our purposes since it doesn't count cutscene deaths and will double count each time you knock down a boss. Like Lisa Sweaty Pants here.
Looks like we'll have to do our own kill counting. Speaking of which, it's time to find out how many kills Chris got with a
Montage!
Victims were apparently beaten.
Oh, I love this. So good. Still going. Amazing. Apparently. And we're still going. Kill. Perfect. Not to say I thought there was more. I love this. This is so unique. I hope they do this for every video game kill count.
Practice makes perfect.
How many evil residents got very easily evicted from their lives during our playthrough? Let's find out and get to the numbers. All right, just gotta get to the left side of the screen.
Yep.
Left side of the screen.
Yep.
No, not the left. My
no,
left.
the
My
controls.
left of the screen. Yeah, there we go. No. For the love of Wesker, who is controlling this?
Oh no! It's
Oh, I
son.
love my son.
Ooh.
During my Jill
Love that.
playthrough, I racked up 129 kills, and Josh was able to get 162 kills in his more snake murdery Chris playthrough. That gave us a total of 291 kills. Breaking that down further, there were 27 humans, 87 zombies, 19 Crimson Heads, 139 BOWs, and 19 innocent Whittles, Snakes, and Crows.
Oh.
And as for gender, 128 were male, 159 were unknown, and only 4 were female, giving us a pie made entirely of monsters and men. Just make sure to clean off your dirty paws before you eat it. With a combined playthrough time of 20 hours and 14 minutes, that gave us a kill on average every 4.2 minutes. So, how does that compare to other playthroughs? Well, after some exhaustive Reddit and evilresource.com research, thank you, I discovered if you played on the hardest difficulty, killed everything, and blew up the mansion, the most kills you could get would be 514 across both characters.
Interesting.
That is if you ignore the infinite bee room, and I hope you do, because, hey, there's more to life than killing bees.
True.
And if you went through and avoided killing anything you weren't forced to and didn't have the mansion go boom boom, the least kills possible would be 76 across both playthroughs.
Wow.
So where did that land us? Oh good, just basically right around the middle. Damn, wish I'd killed more snakes like Josh.
Yeah, fuck snakes.
Sounds like
Damn.
sex with snakes.
I'll give the golden
That's not like
Chainsaw
Metal Gear
for Cole's
Solid.
kill to Richard Aiken in Chris's playthrough. Sure, the Sataconda death in Jill's playthrough makes a little more sense. Seriously, why are you in the aqua ring, dude? But I cannot argue that the shark coming out of nowhere and just tearing Richard apart Sam
It's pretty
Jackson
good.
style is pretty awesome. Still miss him though.
Aww.
Dull Machete for lamest kill will go to this wasp. 2 shots for 1 wasp? That's just dumb. And the new Royal Reload Award for Best Character Death goes to Death by Tyrant. There are so many ways you can die in Resident Evil, but the Tyrant impaling you and then kind of just nonchalantly tossing you to the side is, it's just the best.
So,
Damn.
anyway, you guys, do you think I should get this exterior heart thing looked at?
And that's it. Resident Evil was released in 1996, 1997, 1998, 2002, 2006, 2015, and probably again for the 30th anniversary in 2026. I mean, that's just free money for Capcom.
Sure.
Hope you enjoyed this first true horror video game kill count.
Mortal Kombat counts.
Shut up and have a Jill sandwich.
Thank you.
Anyway, next month I'll be breaking out the night vision camera with Outlast, but until then,
Ooh.
I'm
A man who doesn't even know how to fake smoke a cigarette.
And this has been the Kill Count.
On the next kill count.
Alright, well that was
nothing
fun.
like taking in the wonders of Mother Nature. But before you visit the woods, keep these rules in mind. Respect the local wildlife.
Trust me, you don't want to find that animal.
make sure to properly dispose of your trash.
There's shit like that all over the fucking place here.
And finally, take nothing but photos and leave nothing but footprints.
You can't just give it back. He's awake now.
Fail to follow them, and you may find yourself face to face with an apex predator.
What the fuck?
In A Violent Nature
Not
stars
Randy
Giorno,
Orton.
a hook-slinging, axe-throwing undead menace on the hunt for dumb college kids. Yep, there they go now, living their dumb college lives.
Okay, cancel culture doesn't exist, you fucking ableist.
Oh man, you're so dead. But this
Yup.
slasher comes with a twist. It takes place almost entirely from the killer's perspective.
Oh!
Yeah.
I like that.
And that means we get to watch him walking through the forest. And walking by the lake.
I mean, I always wonder what they were doing.
Honestly, it's a whole lot of walking.
I'm okay with it.
He's real good at it. But be patient, because when slow-ass motherfucking Johnny finally reaches his destination, he does not disappoint.
I was wondering when you were finally gonna show.
So this week, get some fresh air and watch Friday the 13th, the game, the movie, aka In a Violent Nature.
Sounds good to me.
And on Friday, take your time and enjoy the kill count, only on Dead Meat.
Look like something out of a horror movie or something.
In a Violent Nature.
Yeah, how about that? And this was absolutely fantastic. I love just the whole playthrough of this Resident Evil. Unfortunately, I didn't get into it until later on in its life, but I very much am a fan. I will say though, I much rather prefer first person rather than third person, just because you feel more immersed in the story and the scares and all that stuff. That was very much evident when you were playing Biohazard and, of course, with Village. But, of course, you know, you can't go wrong with third person either, just because Resident Evil just kind of basically made it so, like, it's great, right? And they basically perfected the whole art of it, and then the way they were able just to slide into first person and just make that absolutely perfect. Again, my hats hats off to Capcom for creating such a wonderful franchise, and I can't wait to see Zoran's next kill count, because all these references and everything else, it always seems to get me more when he's doing it more than James does it. Not to say that I don't like James when he does the kill counts, but I certainly do love when Zoran does it. But that will do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about kill count games Resident Evil? Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Check out all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Luchador, Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kester, Cronus, Joshi, Chris Curtis, and Perry, Fox Coffany, Misa 2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Flea Street Vicomp, Amanda Sanchez Brenton, Sophie the Sunset Girl, Inca Linquist, Thomas Shawanowit, Carter Resnick, MB Cardall, Chris, and Rachel. And if you too like to have a shout out and in each and every one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/Reactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.